Snow hammered against the windshield as Leon Mercer's car skidded slightly on the icy Chicago bridge. His hands tightened on the steering wheel, jaw clenched, breath steady, until he saw something that made his heart jolt in a way he didn't recognize. A figure collapsed in the snow, not moving. He hit the brakes hard. The car fishtailed, his tires screeching, snow exploding around him. Leon jumped out before the vehicle fully stopped, the freezing wind slicing right through his coat. "Hey!" he shouted. "Hey! Can you hear me?" No response. Just a small, motionless body curled on the sidewalk, snow piling on her like the city was trying to bury her alive. He crouched, brushing the snow off her face, and his breath caught. A young black woman, her lips trembling, her skin frighteningly cold. Her eyes fluttered weakly. Please, don't leave me." Leon felt something sharp inside him, unwelcome, emotional, but powerful enough to cut through the cold. "Damn it," he muttered, slipping his arms under her. "Stay awake. Stay with me." As he lifted her, her head fell against his shoulder, her breath shallow and uneven. Leon's pulse raced. He rarely touched anyone outside of surgical necessity, but this triggered something old, buried, and painful, a memory of someone he'd failed. He carried her to his car and placed her gently inside. "Don't you dare pass out," he said, grabbing the emergency blanket from the back seat. "I'm not losing another one." Before continuing, remember to subscribe, like, and comment so more people can enjoy stories like this. Leon slammed the door, rushed around the car, and tore through the streets toward the Mercer Neuroscience Institute, his private research empire. His mind was a machine, cold, focused, but his chest tightened with every fading sound of the woman's breathing. He glanced at her again. "Just stay alive long enough for me to fix this." She didn't respond. Inside the Institute's private medical wing, used only for high-priority emergencies, Leon carried her through the doors with an urgency that shocked the night staff. "Prepare the warming unit," he ordered. "Temperature stabilization now." "Dr. Mercer," the nurse began, "we don't admit outside civilians without." "Do it?" Leon snapped, his voice firm enough to silence everyone. He stayed beside the woman as the team worked, his hands in his pockets, trying to ignore the strange pull in his chest. 15 minutes later, her vitals stabilized. Leon exhaled slowly. Relief? It irritated him that he couldn't control it. The nurse approached. "She's stable. We'll keep monitoring her." Leon nodded. "Notify me the moment she wakes." His voice sounded colder than he felt. Hours later, he stood at the window of her observation room, watching her breathe. He kept telling himself it was routine, necessary, rational. But that lie didn't hold for long. She stirred. Her eyes opened slowly, confused, scared, blinking at the white ceiling. She looked around until her gaze landed on him. "You," her voice shook, "you're the man from the bridge." Leon stepped inside. "You fainted from hypothermia." She sat up too fast and winced. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause trouble. I didn't have anywhere else to go." Her honesty caught him off guard. "Where were you headed?" "Anywhere warm." She forced a shaky laugh. "It was stupid. I know." "What's your name?" Leon asked. "Asha," she murmured. "Asha Bennett." Leon studied her. Young, exhausted, worn. But her eyes, there was strength there, buried under fear. He didn't like that, he noticed. "You should rest," he said. "Your body needs it." Asha nodded slightly. Then her eyes drifted to the stand beside her bed. A thick file sat there, her medical chart and something else. She reached, flipping it open, and her entire face drained of color. "This?" Her voice cracked. "This bill. This can't be real." Leon didn't flinch. "Emergency care at a private institute is expensive." "It's more than I make in a year," she whispered. "I can't pay this. I can't pay any of this." Her breathing grew uneven, panic rising. Leon stepped closer, but she held up her hands. "No, don't come closer. Please. I already feel like I'm drowning." He paused. Are you employed? He asked. Asha swallowed hard. 3 part-time jobs. None of them stable. I'm a student too. Rent is already a nightmare and food is… She forced another laugh. Let's just say skipping meals is the cheapest plan. Leon's jaw twitched. He didn't believe in pity. But this stirred something heavier. You shouldn't worry about the invoice tonight, he said quietly. How can I not? She whispered. You saved my life. But now I owe you everything I don't have. Her eyes met his, wide, vulnerable, but refusing to beg. That dignity struck him harder than anything else. Get some sleep, he said. We'll talk in the morning. He left before she could see the cracks forming in his composure. The next morning, Asha was escorted to Leon's office. An expansive space of glass walls and cold precision. He didn't look up immediately, reviewing files on his desk, his expression unreadable. Sit, he finally said. She obeyed but remained stiff. Leon folded his hands. About your invoice. Asha took a deep breath. Let me work it off. Leon's eyes lifted sharply. I'm serious, she said. I'll do anything. Cleaning, organizing, assisting, anything that's honest. I don't want pity. I don't want charity. Just dignity. For a moment, Leon didn't move, didn't speak, didn't breathe. Her voice, her resolve, her refusal to crumble despite everything. It reminded him of someone he'd lost, someone he'd failed. He hated the feeling. You understand this is a research institute, he said slowly. It isn't simple work. Then teach me, Asha replied. I learn fast. A challenge. No one challenged Leon Mercer. He leaned back. Why are you so determined? Because I won't owe anyone something I didn't earn, she said quietly. And because you saved me when you didn't have to. I won't let that go unpaid. His chest tightened again. Annoying. Persistent. Finally, he nodded. Fine. You start today. Asha blinked, surprised. Really? Don't make me repeat myself, he said, returning to his files. She stood, bowing slightly. Thank you. Truly. When she left, Leon stared at the closed door longer than he intended. He shouldn't care about her gratitude. He shouldn't care at all. And yet, his hands had gone still. Emotion, unwelcome, unfamiliar, pressed against his ribs. This was a mistake. But for the first time in years, he didn't feel entirely alone. Outside the room, Asha leaned against the hallway wall, letting out a breath of relief. She didn't know why the ice-cold billionaire had spared her. She didn't know why he agreed to help. But she knew one thing. She would not let him regret it. Her new life inside the Mercer Institute began now. And nothing would ever be the same again. Asha's first day at the Mercer Neuroscience Institute felt like stepping into a world built out of glass, steel, and eyes that watched too closely. Every hallway hummed with machines she didn't recognize. Every door had a keycard scanner. And every employee walked like they were on a mission more important than the world itself. Her stomach tightened as she entered the lab floor. Conversations stopped. People stared. Some whispered. A tall woman with sharp cheekbones and perfectly pulled-back blonde hair stepped forward, crossing her arms. You're the new… what? The woman asked, her eyes sweeping Asha from head to toe. Custodial? Intern? Janitorial assistant? Asha held her ground. I'm assisting with lab maintenance and file organization. The woman smirked. Right? That explains everything. Another whisper drifted from behind her. Mercer must have lost his mind. Asha ignored the burning in her chest. She forced herself to stand tall, remembering the freezing night, remembering the vow she made, to earn every bit of help she received. She walked past them toward the supply closet. That was when she heard the footsteps. Precise, confident, commanding. Leon. The entire lab seemed to straighten instinctively. His voice cut through the tension. Is there a problem? The blonde stiffened. Dr. Mercer, I was just… wasting time, Leon asked. Silence. Asha swallowed, unsure if she should speak. Leon looked briefly at her, and she sensed something shift. Just a flicker, but enough to make her chest tighten. You all have work to do, Leon said. Get to it. Everyone scattered. Asha tried to walk past him, but Leon spoke again, low enough only she could hear. If anyone treats you improperly, he said, tell me. Her breath hitched. I can handle it. His jaw tightened. Handling it alone isn't always strength. The words surprised them both. Asha blinked. Why do you care? You don't even know me. Leon's gaze locked onto hers, dark, unreadable. I don't have to know you to see how people behave. Before she could ask what that meant, he walked away, leaving her heart racing for reasons she couldn't name. For the next few hours, Asha worked nonstop, cleaning equipment, labeling samples, organizing files, and entering data into the system. It was grueling, repetitive, and mentally exhausting, but she refused to complain. She needed this job. She needed to prove herself. By early evening, she was carrying a large box of research files to storage when someone bumped her shoulder hard. The box slipped. Glass clattered. Asha gasped, dropping to her knees to catch the rolling vials before they shattered. Her hands trembled. Laughter drifted above her. The same blonde woman crouched slightly, fake concern plastered across her face. Ah, did you drop something? Asha bit her lip so hard she could taste blood. She forced herself to breathe. I'm fine, she said softly. No, the woman drawled, standing straight. You're not. Asha continued gathering the vials. Her throat tightened, but she refused to cry. She would not blur her dignity. But the woman didn't stop. You know, she continued, this place is complicated, high profile. You don't belong here. People like you. Her sentence snapped in half when a cold voice cut through. What are you doing? Asha froze. The blonde froze. Leon stood behind them, eyes like storms ready to break. The woman swallowed. Dr. Mercer, I was just helping. You were interfering with her work, he said sharply. And you misdirected her. Again. Asha blinked. Again, Leon stepped closer, his voice low and threatening. If I see you harassing her one more time, you're gone. Clear? The woman's face drained completely. Yes, sir. She fled. Leon turned to Asha. Are you hurt? No, she said quickly, heart still pounding. I'm okay. He knelt beside her, not touching her, but close enough that she could feel his presence like heat. You didn't drop anything. I almost did, she whispered. But you didn't, he replied. Remember that. Her chest tightened. Why did that sound so reassuring? He stood, extending a hand. Asha hesitated, then took it. His grip was strong, warm, grounding. When she rose, their eyes met again. Too long, too deep, too unguarded. She pulled away first. I should get back to work. Leon nodded. If anyone bothers you again, you tell me. I don't want to be a problem, she murmured. You're not, he said. They are. Something warm spread in her chest. She didn't know what to call it. Hours later, night fell over Chicago. The institute, normally buzzing with noise, fell quiet. Most workers went home. But Asha stayed, studying in a small corner near the data archives. Her college textbooks lay open, and she scribbled equations with tired eyes. Leon found her there. He stopped at the end of the hall, watching silently as she pushed her hair away from her face, reread the same sentence twice, and fought sleep with stubborn determination. He didn't know why he couldn't walk away. He approached slowly. You're still here. Asha jumped slightly. Oh, Mr. Mercer. I was just finishing up my shift and trying to study. I didn't realize how late it was. He glanced at her worn notebook. Calculus. I have an exam soon, she said. I can't fail. You could study at home. If I had a home, she said softly. I would. Leon felt something twist inside him. You're homeless? He asked. She hesitated. Temporarily. Rent doubled. I've been staying in campus lounges and wherever I can. It's fine. I'll figure it out. Leon exhaled sharply, something sharp in his voice. That is not fine. Asha blinked. I'm used to it. You shouldn't be. His tone was so intense she almost stepped back. She tried to laugh it off. "It's really okay. I'll manage." But Leon shook his head. "You don't have to manage alone." The words slipped out before he could stop them. His face hardened immediately, like he regretted revealing anything human. Asha stared, speechless. Leon turned his back. "It's late. You should go to the resting lounge. It's safer than wandering around Chicago at this hour." She hesitated. "Are you ordering me?" He paused, then said softer, "No, I'm asking." She swallowed. "Thank you." As she walked past him, her shoulder brushed his lightly. He froze. Not from the contact, but from how unexpectedly warm it felt. Hours later, as Leon reviewed research files in his office, something pulled his attention toward the security feed. Asha lay curled under a blanket in the resting lounge, fast asleep, her textbook open on her chest. She looked small, peaceful, tired, human. He should have looked away. Instead, he watched her breathe for far too long, feeling something in his chest loosen in a way he didn't understand. The next morning, a freezing gust hit Asha as she stepped outside for a break. She wrapped her thin jacket tighter, shivering. Snowflakes clung to her braids. Leon passed by on his way in. He stopped instantly. "You're shaking." "It's nothing," she said. "I'll warm up inside." Without thinking, without planning, Leon unwound the dark gray scarf from around his neck and stepped forward. Before she could react, he wrapped it gently around her shoulders. Asha froze. Leon's fingers brushed her collarbone. The air between them tightened, warm despite the icy wind. "I don't want you getting sick again," he said quietly. She stared at him, eyes wide, stunned by the tenderness coming from a man who barely showed softness to anyone. "Leon," she whispered, "why are you being kind to me?" His jaw clenched. "I don't know," he said honestly. But he did know. He just wasn't ready to admit it. Before either of them could speak again, an SUV sped toward the institute gate, its tires skidding over black ice. A moment from disaster. Asha gasped as the car fishtailed toward her. "Move!" Leon shouted. He grabbed her waist and pulled her hard against him, spinning her out of the vehicle's path just as it skidded past. Asha clung to him, breath shaking. His arms tightened instinctively around her. Their bodies pressed close, hearts racing in the same frantic rhythm. "You could have been killed," he said, voice shaking with anger he didn't understand. Asha looked up at him. "You saved me again." His breath hitched at the way she said it. He didn't let go. He didn't want to, but that moment, raw, unguarded, dangerous, was the spark that would ignite everything. Asha didn't sleep much after the near accident at the institute gate. Her body calmed down, but her mind didn't. Every time she closed her eyes, she felt the echo of Leon's arms around her. The tight grip, the scent of cedar and cold air, the controlled panic in his voice when he said she could have been killed. She had never seen him look shaken, not even once. But when he held her, he did. And that scared her more than the car. The next morning, the lab was even colder than usual, not in temperature, but in atmosphere. Everyone seemed unusually alert, whispering in small groups. Screens blinked with new security alerts. Keycard checkpoints that usually stayed open now hummed with red warnings. Asha stepped cautiously inside. Immediately, people stared. She heard someone mutter, "She's the reason he snapped yesterday." Another said, "This is why Mercer doesn't get involved with outsiders." Her chest tightened. Then a voice cut through the hallway. "Asha!" She turned. Leon stood a few feet away. Black coat, dark scarf, hair still damp from snow, eyes sharper than glass. He wasn't angry, but he looked tense, focused, like he had been awake all night thinking about something he couldn't admit. "Walk with me," he said. It wasn't a request. Asha swallowed and followed him down the quiet corridor. Workers cleared the way, pretending not to stare. They reached a restricted wing she had never entered before. Leon scanned his badge. The doors slid open to reveal a dim-lit research chamber filled with holographic monitors, suspended brain mapping models, and machines so futuristic she didn't even know how to describe them. Asha hesitated. Am I allowed in here? You are if I say you are, Leon replied. Her pulse quickened. He closed the door behind them. The soft click echoed too loudly. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Leon exhaled slowly. The driver of the SUV from yesterday never reported the incident. Asha frowned. Why wouldn't he? Because the vehicle wasn't registered to a person, Leon said. It was registered to a shell company, meaning someone wanted to hit you or scare you without leaving a trace. Asha felt the blood drain from her face. Why would anyone target me? I'm nobody. Leon stepped closer, not touching her, but close enough that she felt the heat from his body. You are not nobody, he said softly. Someone clearly believes you're important. Her throat tightened. But I don't know anything. I don't have anything. I'm not connected to anything that dangerous. Leon folded his arms, studying her the way he studied complex neural patterns. Carefully, intensely. On the night I found you, he said, you were unconscious in front of my institute. You had mild hypothermia, a head injury, and you kept repeating two things when you drifted in and out. Asha blinked. What things? Leon's voice dropped. Don't let them find me. And I didn't take anything. Asha froze. Her breathing hitched. I don't remember saying that, she whispered. I know, Leon said, which means your memory of that night isn't complete. Asha backed up a step. Suddenly the room felt smaller, colder. What are you saying? She asked. Leon hesitated just a fraction, but she saw it. For the first time, he looked unsure. I'm saying something happened to you before I found you, he answered. And someone doesn't want you remembering it. Asha's heartbeat hammered in her ears. I just fell, I think. Maybe I slipped. People don't get chased by unregistered vehicles because they slipped. Leon cut in gently but firmly. Asha gripped the edge of a table to steady herself. So you think I'm in some kind of danger? Me? I don't think it, Leon said. I know it. Her breath trembled. Leon, what if you're wrong? What if this is all coincidence? He gave a slow shake of his head. I don't believe in coincidences. Not when your life is involved. The way he said it made her chest ache. Asha swallowed hard. Why are you telling me all this? Because, Leon said quietly, you deserve to know the truth. And because you're under my protection now. Her pulse skipped. I didn't ask for that. No, he said. But you have it. A moment of silence stretched between them, thick and unspoken. His eyes were too deep, too intense, too much. Asha broke eye contact first. I should get back to work, she whispered. Leon didn't move. I'll have someone walk you to the lab. I don't need. Asha, he said softly. Please. Her breath caught. She nodded. He opened the door for her. As she stepped out, he spoke again, low, guarded, almost vulnerable. If anything unusual happens, he said, you come straight to me. Not security. Not staff. Me. Asha turned, meeting his eyes. Why? She whispered. His jaw flexed. Because I won't let anything happen to you. She didn't know how to respond. He didn't wait for her to. The rest of the morning passed in a haze. Asha worked quietly, avoiding the blonde woman, Dr. Emily Carter, who now seemed terrified to be within 10 feet of her. Around noon, Asha carried a stack of documents through the hallway when her phone buzzed with a campus notification. Past due tuition alert. Your student account remains unpaid. Access to classes may be restricted. Her chest tightened painfully. Not now. Not this too. She blinked away the sting of tears. Are you all right? Asha jumped. Leon stood behind her again. She didn't know how someone his size could move so silently. She fumbled with her phone. It's nothing. Just school stuff. Leon stepped closer. Show me. No, she said quickly. It's personal. So is your safety, he replied. Her lips parted. Half in frustration, half in something she didn't want to name. Leon, you can't fix everything. I'm not trying to fix everything, he said. Just what I can. Her voice cracked. And why? Why do you care? You've known me for days. A shadow crossed his eyes. I don't know, but I do. Asha's heartbeat fluttered painfully. She whispered, "That's dangerous." Leon's voice dropped to a whisper too. "I know." Before either of them could say more, alarms blared through the hallway. Piercing, echoing tone. Workers rushed to the intercom panels. Asha spun. What's happening? Leon's face hardened into something almost frightening. Sharp, calculating, deadly calm. Unauthorized access breach, he said. Someone got into the genetic archives. Asha's stomach twisted. Is that bad? It's catastrophic, Leon said. And the intruder tripped the system less than a minute after you stepped into this hallway. Asha's eyes widened. You think it's connected to me? Leon didn't answer. He didn't need to. Her phone suddenly buzzed again. Asha looked down. A text message from an unknown number. Stop talking to Mercer. Stop working there. Or next time you won't be saved. Her breath froze. The phone slipped from her fingers. Leon caught it before it hit the floor. He read the message. His body went still. Deadly still. When he looked at her again, something dark and protective burned in his eyes, hot enough to swallow the room whole. Asha, he said in a low, dangerous tone. You're coming with me. She swallowed. Where? Somewhere safer, Leon said. Because whoever is targeting you just made this personal. Leon didn't speak as he led Asha through the dim hallway, only tightened his grip when she stumbled from shock. He took her to his private office. Quiet, sterile. The glass walls overlooking Manhattan like a frozen galaxy. The moment the door closed behind them, Asha finally breathed. Leon, she whispered. What does this mean? Why would they send that message? He looked at her in a way she had never seen before, raw, furious, fiercely protective. It means someone thought intimidation would be enough to scare you away from me. They were wrong. Asha hugged her arms around herself. This is happening because I work for you. This is happening because someone doesn't want you here, Leon corrected. And I intend to find out who. He stepped closer, gently guiding her to sit. His hands brushed hers, warm, steady, grounding. Asha felt her heart calm, but her fear didn't disappear. Her voice trembled. What if this stops being about the Institute? What if they come after me somewhere else? Leon crouched in front of her. I level. Then I will protect you there too. Leon, you can't. I can. And I will. His tone was soft metal, calm, but unbreakable. Asha's throat tightened. Why? Why are you risking all this for me? His eyes flickered, as if the answer hurt. Because you are the first person in a very long time who makes me feel alive. Her breath caught. Before either of them could speak again, the intercom buzzed sharply. Dr. Hale, Jenna Park's voice echoed, tense. Security requests you in the archives. They found evidence of forced access. Leon straightened, jaw tightening. Stay here. Don't open the door for anyone except me. Asha nodded, gripping the scarf still wrapped around her neck. It smelled like him, cedar and cold winter. She held it tighter, needing something steady. Leon stepped out, the door sliding shut behind him. Asha stared at it long after he left, praying he wouldn't do something reckless because of her. Minutes felt like hours. Eventually, the door opened again. But it wasn't Leon. It was Jenna Park. Asha stiffened. Jenna crossed her arms, staring down with thinly veiled disdain. You've caused enough trouble. Dr. Hale doesn't say it, but everyone knows this institute was peaceful before you arrived. Asha swallowed. I didn't cause anything. Jenna scoffed. You think he actually cares? He rescues people the way other rich men rescue stray cats. Momentary sympathy, nothing more. That's not true, Asha snapped, surprising herself. Jenna leaned closer. You think someone like him stays with someone like you? You're unqualified. You don't belong here. Asha's chest tightened. I never asked to belong. No, Jenna said coldly. But you act like you do. Asha stood, trembling with anger. I'm just trying to survive. Well, your survival might cost him everything. Investors are already talking. His father is furious. And when he realizes you're not worth the trouble. The door opened again. Leon stood there. His expression was lethal. Jenna, he said quietly. Leave. Jenna paled. Dr. Hale, I was only. Leave, he repeated, colder. Jenna swallowed hard and slipped out, nearly tripping as she escaped. Leon turned to Asha. His voice softened. Are you all right? Asha blinked fast. You didn't have to. Yes, he said. I did. He stepped inside fully, closing the door. His hands came up to her shoulders, light, reassuring. She won't speak to you like that again. Asha looked at him, her voice small. What did security find? Leon hesitated, then exhaled sharply. Someone used a stolen staff badge. They didn't get far, but they were looking for something specific. Genetic trial records. She frowned. Why would that be connected to me? That's the part one don't know yet. He touched her cheek gently. And until I do, I'm not letting you out of my sight. Asha didn't know whether to be frightened or comforted. The days that followed blurred into an intense rhythm. Leon kept her close, sometimes too close. He worked long hours and she worked her shifts, but somehow they gravitated toward each other. Late nights in the lab, quiet moments in the hall, little glances that said everything without words. He became softer around her. She became braver around him. Their worlds were colliding in ways neither could stop. One night, as snow drifted past the institute windows, Asha hummed softly while organizing research files. A lullaby her mother used to sing. She didn't think anyone was listening, until she turned and saw Leon at the doorway, utterly still. You okay? She asked softly. He swallowed. I haven't heard that song since. He didn't finish the sentence. Asha stepped closer. Since when? He shook his head. It doesn't matter. It does to me. Leon's expression cracked. Just barely. My mother used to sing it. Before she got sick. Before she passed. Asha's heart clenched. I'm so sorry. Don't be. His voice was quiet, almost broken. I don't talk about her. Not to anyone. Asha reached out, hesitating, then gently touched his hand. He didn't pull away. Something changed in him that night. Winter deepened. Their connection did too. Asha found herself waiting for him in small ways, watching for his silhouette in the hall, listening for his footsteps. And Leon began doing things he didn't realize he was doing. Checking on her more, bringing her hot chocolate on cold evenings, leaving his scarf on her chair, standing too close, looking too long. One night, he joined her on the rooftop garden. The wind was icy. Asha shivered. Leon noticed instantly. Without a word, he draped his black cashmere scarf around her shoulders and pulled it snug. Why do you keep doing this? She whispered. His answer was simple. Because you're cold. She shook her head. Not just the scarf. Everything. It's like you're trying to take care of me. Leon's jaw tightened. I don't know how to stop. Her breath caught. He stepped closer, the city lights glowing behind him. Asha, I've avoided love my entire life. I thought it was a distraction, a weakness, something beneath me. But you, he inhaled, voice trembling. You've changed something I didn't think could change. Asha felt tears blur her vision. Leon, I've been falling for you since the night you saved me. Their hands touched, tentative, electric. Leon leaned in, forehead almost touching hers. I don't know how to be good at this, he murmured. But I want to try, if you'll have me. Her whisper broke into the cold air. I will. Their lips didn't meet, but the moment felt more intimate than any kiss. Their relationship became a quiet rhythm. Small smiles, shared lunches, gentle touches, late-night walks through the empty halls. Leon started sleeping a little more. Asha started worrying a little less. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. Until the day Richard Hale arrived. Leon was in a meeting when security notified him. Richard Hale swept into the institute with a storm ready in his eyes. Tall, silver-haired, suit immaculate. Power radiated off him. He stopped in front of Asha. "So you're the girl," he said coldly. "The one distracting my son from the empire he's supposed to be running." Asha froze. "Sir, I'm just—" "You are nothing," Richard snapped. A charity case he dragged in from the street. Leon appeared suddenly at Asha's side. "Dad, enough." Richard turned on him. "I will not let this girl ruin you." Leon's voice dropped into steel. "She's not ruining anything. She is beneath you," Richard hissed. Leon's jaw clenched. "Say that again." Richard glared. "End it, or you are no longer welcome in my home or my company." Asha's heart shattered. Leon didn't blink. "Then I guess I don't have a father anymore," he said quietly. Richard froze. Asha whispered, "Leon, no?" He took her hand, holding it tightly. "I choose her." Richard's face twisted in stunned anger. "You'll regret this." Leon responded simply, "No, I won't." Richard turned and stormed out, fury burning behind him. The moment he was gone, Asha covered her face with her hands and began to cry. "You shouldn't have done that," she whispered. "He's your father, your family, your legacy." Leon gently cupped her face, wiping her tears with his thumbs. "You are my legacy now." She broke into more tears, this time from love. Spring arrived in New York. Soft breezes, melting snow, new beginnings. Asha and Leon walked through Central Park, fingers intertwined, ignoring the glances, the whispers, the eyes lingering too long. Asha leaned into him. "Do you regret it? Any of it?" Leon looked at her like she was sunlight. "You rewired the coldest mind in the world." A familiar voice spoke behind them. "Richard." He approached slowly, older, softer, remorse weighing on him. "I was wrong," he admitted. "You make my son happy, and that matters more than I realized." Asha's breath caught. Leon squeezed her hand. "Dad." Richard met his eyes. "If you'll have me back, I'd like to start over." Leon hesitated, then nodded once. Family restored. Asha felt hope bloom inside her chest. Warm, steady, new. Leon leaned close, whispering in her ear, "You changed everything." She smiled, finally believing she deserved this happiness. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more. Your support keeps this channel alive and helps us create more deep, emotional Afrofusion romance stories just like this one.